caring for her daughter. Instead, she had chosen Citre, one of the ladies of her court, as a royal nurse. It was a great honor for any woman to be given this work. Citre and her family later became important people in the land of Egypt. When the queen had held her daughter, she handed Hatshepsut to Citre, and the nurse placed the little princess on a cushion and carried her into the palace. According to custom, Queen Ahmose would have to stay in the pavilion for 14 days. When that time was over, she would return to palace life and hold a feast to celebrate her baby's birth. A 4,000-year history. Pre-dynastic period, circa 3300 to 2925 BC. During this period, Egypt existed as two separate lands, Upper Egypt, in the south along the upper reaches of the River Nile, and the more northerly land of Lower Egypt, closer to the Mediterranean Sea, in the fertile Nile Delta. Early dynastic period, circa 2925 to 2658 BC. According to legend, the two Egypts were first united under a king named Menes. His successors, the rulers of the first, second, and third dynasties, forged the foundations of an Egyptian state. Old Kingdom, circa 2658 to 2150 BC. Egypt grew rich and confident under the Fourth Dynasty kings. The Sphinx and the pyramids of Giza were built, and the art of writing with hieroglyphs was well established. The empire expanded southwards, conquering Nubia. First Intermediate Period, circa 2150 through 2100 BC. Egypt broke into two kingdoms again. In the south, a group of Theban noblemen established a new dynasty, declaring themselves the true heirs to the old pharaohs, but their northern neighbors ignored these claims. Middle Kingdom, circa 2100 to 1750 BC. Egypt was reunited by the strong governments of the pharaohs of the 11th and 12th dynasties. These kings brought about a rebirth of arts and culture, revived foreign trade, and sponsored irrigation projects, which increased food production. Second Intermediate Period, circa 1750 to 1550 BC. Weakened once again by internal splits, Egypt found itself an easy target for conquest by a people known as the Hyksos. Hyksos kings identified themselves as pharaohs, but Theban warrior kings rose up and drove them out. New Kingdom, circa 1550 to 1076 BC. The pharaohs of the 18th dynasty restored Egyptian glory, building an empire that was stronger than ever. Conquest and trade made them wealthy and increasingly sophisticated, leading to new directions in the arts and, briefly, to a new religion. Third Intermediate Period, circa 1076 through 712 BC. This period brought a split once again. The south of Egypt was the subject of a military coup. The north fell to local nobles. Foreign neighbors, Libyans from the west, followed by Nubians to the south, moved in and took control. Late Period, circa 712 to 332 BC. Foreign conquerors came in waves. Assyrians and Persians absorbed Egypt into their own great Asian empires. The 31st dynasty gave way to the unstoppable Greek forces of Alexander the Great. Egypt's line of independent rulers had come to an end. Greco-Roman period, circa 332 BC to AD.